What's up guys, Bob Busker here at ThinkComputers, and today we have a CPU cooler from Scythe, and it is one of their larger CPU coolers. This is the Ninja 4, so let's go ahead and take a look. The Ninja 4 comes in a pretty nice retail box here on the front. There is a picture of a Ninja, and it lets us know our compatibility, which is pretty much every modern socket on both the AMD and Intel side, including Intel's LGA 2011 V3. So you're pretty much covered on all fronts there. On the side, it lets us know some of the technologies and some things that are used in the cooler itself. On this side, we have a full overview of the cooler showing dimensions and specifications. And that's, of course, is important. A lot of times you're gonna have clearance issues on different cases and in different setups. So you have all that right there, which is pretty nice. And then on the back, it just shows your warranty and support information on the back there. But I know you guys just want me to open this and see what we have inside. So let's go ahead and do that, or try and do that. All right, so the first thing we have, as you can see, is a box. And I believe all of our accessories will be in here. So, if I can get this open, we have accessories. And interesting to find is we have a screwdriver. We see screwdrivers come with larger CPU coolers because the mounting systems are kind of down in the cooler, and you need a longer screwdriver to actually mount the cooler. So it's nice to see them come with it. Sometimes they don't come with them, which can be a pain if you don't have longer screwdrivers. Of course, we have a ton here because we mount these all of the time, so it's not a big deal to us, but for most people it can be a big deal. So we have our fan clips here, and this is how your fan is going to attach, and they give you 4, which means I assume means that you can actually mount 2 fans on here instead of just 1. So they have the ability to do that. Of course, all of our mounting hardware for both AMD and Intel, so move that out of the way. We have our thermal grease, and this is Scythe's own brand. I haven't heard a lot about this, so I'm not sure how well it is, but I assume it's pretty good. And we have our instructions, and I always like to look at these just for the fact that sometimes they're really bad, and if you're doing a first time install, it can be a pain in the ass, put it that way. But this is nice because it is fully, you guys can kind of see this without the glare, it has pictures, it's fully described in detail, which is good. A lot of first-time builders are not sure what they're doing with CPU coolers, so it's good that everything here is nicely laid out for you. So now we'll take a look at the rest of everything, and the cooler and the fan, and this thing looks awesome. That's big too, if I can try to get it out here. So we have the cooler, and then we have the fan. And the fan, I believe, is a 120. Yeah, it's a 120 millimeter fan. So we'll take a look at the fan first. And this is a 120 millimeter PWM fan made by Scythe. I'm not specifically sure on the model, but of course these are made for cooling. They're made for air cooling specifically. So you have that, and you have the black housing with the sort of dark gray fan fins in there. And what's cool about this fan, and what's cool about the cooler in general, is you can mount fans on any side of this cooler. It's kind of made for that. So that's actually pretty cool. So, you know, we have the one fan included, but if you want to go ahead and install a second fan, you know, push pull or something like that, you can go ahead and set that up. And I guess technically, well, I guess you couldn't do 4 because the fan clips would get in the way of each other. But you can put them on any side. You can mount these on any side of the cooler, which is pretty cool. Now, taking a look at the cooler, the first thing that's actually pretty cool is the top here. It kind of has a design like a Ninja Star. This is the Ninja 4, so that is actually pretty cool. And the way this is set up, it's going to be hard to see, but it looks like it is a single tower, and it kind of is a single tower, except for the fact that there's these fins, except for the top one here. They're cross groove fins, which means we have a set of, it's kind of really hard to explain to you guys. We have a set of fins this way and a set of fins this way. So except for this top one, we have grooved fins in there that make up this single tower, which is pretty cool. You might be able to see it from the bottom. Kind of hard to see it in there. But we have 2 sets of fins that make up each row here, which is actually kind of cool. So this is a big tower. This is going to take up a lot of space in your system. So again, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough room in your system for this cooler. Now, of course, how tower coolers work, if you're new to this or you're not really sure, is that heat is going to be generated here on the bottom from your CPU cooler, or from your CPU, and then it's going to come up here via the heat pipes and come into this heat sink where it's going to be dissipated. And of course, our fan is going to help push all that heat out of your system. Now, as far as the heat pipes go, we'll flip this over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we actually have 6 total, and then 12 if they come out here. And the way they work is 3 go into each one of these little sections here. So we have 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here, which is actually really, really cool. So that should dissipate all of the heat out into each one of these individual sections. And of course, our fan is going to push it out. Now I'm going to take this protective plastic off the base so we can take a look at it. And I don't see any real crazy machining marks or anything like that. It's a great looking base, which means it's going to make great contact with your CPU, which of course is important. If you don't have solid contact on the CPU, your heat transfer is not going to be as good. So I'm really excited to test this. This is a big cooler, one of the bigger coolers that we're going to be reviewing here, that we've reviewed this year on ThinkComputers. So make sure you check back very soon on thinkcomputers.org as we'll have our full written review. Until next time, catch you guys later.